Hi there YouTube, I've got an interesting old car for you today. This is a 1991 Audi 90 on the B3 Audi chassis, so same as an 80 or a coupe, all the same thing, but in the UK at least, the 90 was the more upmarket version, so it had the 5-cylinder engine. This has got the 2.3 20 valve 7A engine, 170 horsepower when it was new. 5-speed manual. You could get them as a quattro or front-wheel drive. This is a front-wheel drive, which is actually quicker than the quattro because it was a bit lighter, well, quite a bit lighter, 150 kilograms, and the gear ratios are a bit shorter as well in the manual. A very rare car back in the day. If you look on Audi, I can't remember what it's called, Audi 90 20valvesport.com or something, it's a bit of a, a tribute site for it. In the UK I think there are about 30 front-wheel drives imported and maybe 40 or 50 quattros. So very, very rare, much rarer than say an E30 325, which would probably be its equivalent back in the day, both about the same kind of power, same kind of thing. Of course Amiibo was rear-wheel drive, but other than that, on paper at least, very similar cars. But it's interesting that no one really remembers these old Audis. Everyone goes on about the E30s, but not so much these. So the interesting story about this car, it was my dad's. He bought it brand new in 1991, kept it for a few years, and then sold it in 94 or so. Excuse me. Yeah, so sold it in 1994 or so. Maybe saw it once or twice over the next year or so in different places, but it pretty much vanished after that. Sorry about the wind, by the way. Hope you can hear me okay. But yeah, and then about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I was looking at them online, because I was interested in them, and if my dad hadn't have had one, I probably would have never really been interested or known about them. But I was looking at them and I found a picture of this exact car, J535 HRN, and thought, holy crap, that's my dad's old car. Found the guy who owned it, Adrian Cox, well-known guy in the old classic Audi scene, but unfortunately he just sold it on, so I've missed it. And the current owner at that time, at some point, I think he contacted me on Facebook, sent me some pictures of it, and it looked in incredible condition, which I was really happy about, that it was still on the road and it was still being looked after and everything. And then, I kind of forgot about it until this Christmas just passed, looking at old cars for sale online just for the sake of it, as you do, a bit of window shopping, and would you believe it, there it was for sale. Holy crap, the exact car. So I had to buy it back, didn't I? And would you believe it, it's got 156,000 miles on it. It looks more like 50,000 to be honest. It's in very, very good condition. It's been really well looked after over the years. When I got it, it had been a bit of a show car. I think it had been lowered 60mm. Cool if you're into that kind of thing, but on the standard shock, so it rode like crap and the handling was interesting. So I've replaced the springs, still 20mm lower than standard, but higher than it was. Bilstein B4 shock absorbers. Didn't really want a race car, just wanted it to be a bit tighter. It's a cruiser really these days. You're not going to go thrashing one of these around, although you can I suppose, but pretty slow by today's standards, so there's not much point. Engine pulls strong though, doesn't burn any oil, doesn't use any water. It's got a nice kick at 4,000, sounds sweet, I'll fire it up in a minute for you. But yeah, so replace the springs, replace the shocks. It's had a timing belt, alternator, I'm trying to think what else. That's about it so far. I changed the front indicator lenses, they were clear, not really into that. Back to the orange. Let's have a look at the inside. It doesn't really want for much to be honest, it needs some discs and pads, but that's no big deal. Really nice interior. Pretty sparse by today's standards, but back in 91 it would have been a really nice car, I expect. I would say these seats have never been sat in the back, but they have been, because I used to sit here when I was a little kid, so there you go. I refurbed the steering wheel. I got one of those kits off eBay or Amazon. It works really well actually, just rub it down and then reapply the dye. It's not, you know, it's not brand new, but it's much better than it was. It was all shiny and scuffed and scratched and everything. So it's much better. Changed again up, the old one was a bit knackered and worn out. I've still got it. Gear linkage is a bit sloppy, you know, but it's not a big deal. I can get some new bushes or something for the linkage. I believe this seat fabric was unique to the 20 valve front wheel drive Sport with the little stripes in it. No leather in the Sport model. It's on the door cards as well. The Quattro had Quattro written on these little stripes instead, whereas the front wheel drive has just got the stripes. I'll start it up for you. Auto check still works, amazingly. Sweet as a nut. Nice. You've got your analog gauges down there as well. Oil temp, oil pressure, battery voltage. Really good oil pressure. When I bought it, it had a catback exhaust on it, stainless steel. Sounded incredible, but my god was it loud on a motorway drive. You were just, you know, you're getting deafened by it. So I've had the sounds changed, some bigger ones put in, so it's a happy medium now. Sounds louder than standard, but not deafening. Just sweet. I'll show you the engine. Ooh. There she is, the Audi 20 valve 7A engine. Valve lifters are a bit ticky. Doesn't really matter though. It's got the famous distributor rattle. But so the gear on the end of the distributor that's driven by the camshaft is made of plastic, and over time they all fail, they all crumble to pieces. There's lots of you know, wear out, so the whole dizzy shaft is just rattling around in there. I've already got a brass replacement which I will throw in at some point. Other than that, it's a happy engine. 156,000 and it's still pulls strong, you know. I'm tempted with the Bosch injector upgrade. It's got the standard Hitachi ones at the moment. Apparently they do run much nicer with the Bosch ones, although this does run pretty sweet actually. From all the stories you hear about them, you think the Hitachi ones are crap, but it runs fine. So I've done about, I don't know, 1,500 miles in this car now since I bought it. It's remarkably tight. Well, at least as tight as a 26-year-old car can be. But it's a testament to Audi's build quality, you know. I get the feeling, this, not that I'm going to, but you could actually daily drive this car and it would be fine, as long as you keep on top of it. It's been, you know, really well maintained by the previous owners, obviously, which I'm so grateful for, and I'm so lucky that I've been able to get it back in the family, you know, 20 years outside of the family, and it's still alive, and in this kind of condition. Those wheels are gorgeous, by the way. The speed lines. Nice polished rim around the outside. Interesting, this spoiler on the back's actually hollow aluminium as well. But that's expensive. But altogether, a very interesting car. And even more interesting because it was my dad's, so pretty cool, really, pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll post a video of me driving it at some point. I need to get a mount for my camera, but it's a nice drive, smooth, not very quick these days, but smooth. It sounds good, it looks cool. What more do you want? Thanks a lot for watching. See you later.